Most phones today are becoming slimmer and more lightweight, but not this one. If we had to describe this phone in one word, it's thick. Literally. Hi, I'm Jose of Yugatech, and today we will be doing a full review of the DooGee S89 Pro. The DooGee S89 Pro looks menacing with its sturdy, chunky build. It is almost 2 centimeters long and weighs around 400 grams. It is a considerably tall device with robust protection on all sides, with rubberized edges, not to mention a hard plastic case adding more layers of protection. With that in mind, you really don't want to drop this on your face. It is IP68 rated, so you can take it for a dive under 1.5 meters but for only 30 minutes. It should also withstand certain extreme environmental conditions since it is military grade and IP69K certified. At the top, we have here a 3.5mm audio jack. At the bottom, we have the USB-C port and the microphone. On the left side, you'll find dual SIM tray with the dedicated micro SD slot which you can pull open with just your fingernails. And beside it is a customizable function key, which we'll talk more about in a bit. On the right, you'll have the volume rocker and the power key that doubles as a fingerprint sensor. Flip it on its back panel and we see an interesting Dark Knight looking facade. The triple camera array is placed above the Batman eyes that displays RGB lighting, and just below it houses the 4 infrared lights for night vision. Oops, spoiler alert, but yes, it has a legit night vision camera mode that we will discuss later in this video. Below the IR lights are line patterns that extend across to the DooGee moniker and the single firing speakers at the bottom. The loudspeakers do sound a bit too harsh at max volume, but it will be enough to fill up a small room. To be frank, the water drop notch is hideous and kinda outdated these days. My thought is, the selfie camera could have been separate from the 6.3-inch LCD panel since it has relatively thick borders on the sides and chin. But anyway, it is protected by a Gorilla Glass and has full HD+ resolution, so you can definitely enjoy watching media content with this one. The caveat is it's L3 wide vine, so expect your Netflix and other DRM related content is capped at 720p resolution. On YouTube though, there's not much of a hassle when switching to higher resolutions. In general, the display is okay and could have been better. Though, let us not forget the free screen protector included in the box that follows the notch cutout. We had prior unboxing of the DooGee S89 Pro, so you can check that out here in the upper right corner. Even a rugged smartphone such as the DooGee S89 Pro has an edge to photography as it is equipped with 3 cameras. A 64-megapixel main camera with AI and Samsung sensors, 8-megapixel macro, and 20-megapixel night vision camera. The outputs look decent enough, although without the AI enabled, the produced photos outdoors give off a stronger contrast, making it less color accurate. Indoor photos are decent with good detail, but when shooting subjects with striking lightings, the photos give off an unnecessary glow, so you have to tweak a bit of the brightness. What's most fascinating about the cameras is the night vision. It is indeed working in black and white with the help of 4 infrared lights just below the Batman eye. The irony though is that the night mode is not that good with too much noise and barely even bright. We don't know if that's intended, but when shooting night mode, the infrared lights do not light up. We're not sure if the night mode can utilize the infrared too, but it may be because of the monochromatic capture of the night vision lens. Video recording is up to 2K resolution with various photo modes, while the 16-megapixel front camera captures decent and a bit overexposed selfies. Now you can check out some of the sample shots here in this montage that we're gonna do. So while the camera sounds promising on paper, it does have limitations and will be good enough for your social media postings. Now, just take note, night mode is the exception because you can literally see in the dark just like Batman does. The DooGee S89 Pro runs on Android 12, but I gotta say, the user interface looks unpolished. The experience is near stock Android without much bloatware, which is good. However, the UI looks rushed and didn't put much design effort into it. The 3-bar nav, for example, looks okay from afar, but when you try to look closer, it looks low quality on a display with Full HD Plus resolution. I even spotted a wrongly spelled word inside the camera app. The only bloatware it has is the Easy Launcher, which makes the homepage easier to navigate with large text and icons. The game mode for that enhanced gaming, the Toolbag app with some of the digital tools which is helpful in the construction field, the system manager for optimizations, and lastly the light effect to customize the Batman eye lighting. Inside the settings, it has a function tab where various features can be accessed, such as the smart key that lets you customize the function key on the left side of the phone. It's turned off by default, so you have to set it up by yourself. It also has Google Apps pre-installed, which is expected. And I have to mention that it has an underwater camera mode that lets you still use the phone submerged in water using the volume keys. This phone is powered by MediaTek Helio P90, so do not expect too much from this device. It has 8GB RAM and 256GB storage on board, which is expandable to 512GB. Performance-wise, it is consistently stable with little to no hiccups. Browsing app is quite smooth, but when it comes to gaming, you may want to set your standards low along with the graphics settings. Pokemon Unite is playable, although it stutters on teamfights even on low settings. I also experienced some overheating issues even when not in game and just charging it. Anyway, let's flash the benchmark scores below. Now for one of its most compelling features, the battery. It has a 12,000 mAh battery and comes with 65W fast charging via USB-C that can reach 0 to 100 in more or less than 2 hours. It also has 15W wireless charging, so that's a plus. Based on our PC Mark test, it lasted 23 hours and 10 minutes with a score of 6,655. It will surely last you more than just a day of use with that much battery. As for connectivity, it is limited to 4G with dual nano SIMs, but it does come with FM radio, USB to OTG, and NFC. The price of the DooGee S89 Pro is 16,000 pesos. That's 8GB plus 256GB based on its official listing in Lazada. Now, for the verdict, the DooGee S89 Pro checks all the right boxes of a rugged smartphone, though there are a bit of compromises here and there. Casual users like me might find this unfit literally in our pockets and in our tastes, but its toughness and menacing aesthetics will cater to specific consumers who might be always out on an adventure, especially those who like going through the extremes or those working in the construction industry. This is definitely for those people who don't want an expensive yet fragile phone and just want a daily that can be sustainable and endure whatever you throw at it. Well, that wraps up our full review of the DooGee S89 Pro. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel for more contents like this. Also, tap on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future uploads. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit yugatech.com for more tech news and reviews. This has been Jose of Yugatech. Thanks for watching.